with him. I'm like, he'll say stupid shit. I'm like, don't talk to me, I'm famous. Like, I'll just completely like, I'll mess with him. He's like, oh my God, you were on one podcast. Stop it. I'm like, I just love bothering him with it because he gets like heated from it. I'm like, shut up.
Yo, would you ever want to be that famous though? Because that's like, I don't know, man. Because
I've brought this up to people, and because we've talked about like getting rich and like being famous and all this. I'm like, I don't want to be famous to the point where people are bothering my day-to-day life, you know?
Yeah.
Like, it gets to the point where it's like, I've always been a person that's kind of like just chilling at home. I'll have friends over, do all this shit, but I don't want to be the center of attention.
Because imagine you're like Justin Bieber level. You can't even go for a walk.
Yeah, where you saw the video where people are like posted outside his house after he went out, and they're like, he's like, have you been here all night? And then they're like, yeah, we've been here. It's like, this is my home.
That's
like,
sad, bro.
It's fuck. Like, I don't even know what I would do at that point, because it's almost to the point where it's like, what can you do that's not on camera?
Yeah, but that's what
I mean?
you trade, right? You trade like your life for success, but what comes with it is the fame. You know what I mean?
But then you have all these other celebrities that do, well, not even celebrities. All these other millionaires that do stuff that people don't know of, that are kind of like under the rug.
True. That's
kind of
true.
Deal. Like owners of like these huge businesses and stuff.
Like, you don't see their face.
You don't see their face, but if they say what they do, you're like, oh, why have I never?
That's better though, because you're like, you're the boss, but people won't recognize you on the street.
You're making money at home at that point.
Yeah, because at the same time, then you become like a target too. Like, people catch you on the street.
They have
like,
their own drawbacks for everything. Like, if you're a big businessman and people know you, they're coming at you for business purposes outside of it. Whereas you just have like fans running into you, and it's like a little bit different of a sense. It's like, do you want to be almost harassed by like business people, or do you want to just have people like, oh my God, I love your videos, I love your singing, I love what you do kind of deal? It's It's a mix.
And then you have to deal with like people that think they know you. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, I know.
Bro, or like acquaintances that showed up before, and then they see you with all the success or something, and they're like, yo, can you like give me a shout out? Can you like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. It's like the people that think they deserve something from you, almost in a sense too. It's like you had this guy in high school. Maybe you copied notes from it or something. Like you were chilling, and then he sees you now, and he sees you with like whatever you've developed or whatever career you've posted, and you've blown up to this big thing. And then they're like, oh, you remember me? Remember the stuff I did for you? And it's like, bro, you didn't help me with this though. Like, that's different.
Yo,
like,
how much do you think is too much? Like, how much success do you think is too much success, or is that even a thing?
I think it's to the point where you don't know what to do with yourself anymore. When you've officially lost the idea of like what you want to do with what you're doing in your like life, when you're like spending millions of dollars going away and stuff, and then it's like you don't feel anything anymore. I think that's too much. I don't care too much about the fans or the publicity and all that. I think it's more or less when you've lost your motive to kind of like do anything.
Yeah, when you don't have like a sense of direction.
Yeah,
no more,
like
right?
you're like, I have all this, what now?
Yeah,
kind of deal. But that's also kind of a mindset thing, because there's always stuff you can do more. Whether you're making millions of dollars already,
yeah, for sure. You can
There's
always
stuff you can change and do more.
Depending
so
on your personality, like
it
your
depends
creativity.
on the person too. Like, it's kind of a mix of both worlds. Like, you can't just have one person who's a billionaire who's literally thinking of new ways to make money or new ways to invest, and then you have this other billionaire who's sitting on the couch at home thinking about like, what, like I have it. What do I do now?
You know what's crazy? Like, the concept of followers and an influencer has been present in history throughout thousands and thousands of years. Look at Jesus. Jesus is the first. He's literally the first celebrity. He's the first rock star.
Exactly.
Like, no cap. He's literally a rock star. The first one.
It's weird to think of it like that, because you look back and it's like there's all these celebrities in a sense, but that's not what they were called.
Yeah.
Like it's all these famous people that weren't actually considered celebrities of their time. It's just more or less big people who have done impactful
They're just
things.
leaders.
Who we look back at now and like, he's kind of a celebrity. He's an influencer. And it's weird to think about. It's like all these people who didn't actually know the potential they had to do things, almost in a sense.
Whether you were like a king, or whether you were just like, for example, like someone that preached, someone that had like a motive behind them, and then everybody joined them, their followers. That movement is still present in like today's society with just like influencers, celebrities,
100%.
Idols, things like that.
I almost look at the Romans as like influencers. Like, they were way ahead of their time in a sense, and forced everyone to follow them. Like, they had running water, they had this drainage system, they had all these different things, and it's almost like they were doing stuff way ahead of their time. They were almost like celebrities of their era, like this whole population.
You know what though? They were like conquerors though.
But yeah, they
They're
were kind of
conquerors.
conquerors. They had like this power. They had this king power essentially of the world. But at the same time, they had this technology that no one's ever seen before too. It's like if you're traveling and you come into Rome, it's probably like this. It's probably like going to Tokyo or something in a sense now.
No,
where
that's
they have
true.
all this kind of technology, and you're like, this is crazy.
And even their sports, bro.
Yeah.
Look at the freaking the gladiators in the
Exactly.
Colosseum.
They had all these things that kind of revolutionized their time. It's like, wow,
Yeah.
that's crazy.
They're literally putting people in pits with lions, with freaking tigers,
for
bro.
entertainment. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It's like you try and do anything for entertainment now, and people are like, you're copying. Like you took this from this. It's like at this point, it's so hard to create original ideas even.
Yo, you know what? I have a kind of like a theory for that. Why they came up with such a like crazy situation with that Colosseum. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So my theory is that the reason they came up with such a weird way of entertainment is because they have so much power. They have so much things they see all day. They're so rich. They're looking for that next level. That next level of like blow my mind. You know what I mean? Because if you think about it, during their time, a lot of the emperors, a lot of like the leaders, the kings, the queens, they seen it all, bro. They had brothels, they had everything, you know what I mean? They had all the food they ever wanted, all the riches they ever wanted.
Literally living their lives.
How else do you like
Entertain
satisfy them, entertain them, right? I mean?
It's almost like now where like everything's changing. You have sports changing, you have all this other stuff, and it's like they were just changing to continue with the times and try and find new entertaining ways to like satisfy themselves. It's like they were doing all this other stuff. Why not watch some guy duke it out with a lion?
Exactly.
Like, why not?
They were that bored, fam. They were that bored.
They were at the point where they had so much power and money, they didn't know what to do anymore.
Yeah, because I think that's what happens with rich people. Like rich people, how do you satisfy somebody that's so wealthy? Somebody that has everything they could ever want. How do you like get them a gift, for example? Let's say you had a billionaire friend. What would you get him? Right?
Honestly, the only thing I could think of is you get him something you done yourself.
Exactly. You have to think of something outside of the box.
Something that only you can do in a sense, or something that is actually meaningful. Because you can't go spend $100 on some Ray-Ban sunglasses.
Yeah, that's true.
They'll go buy some Burberry ones for like double the price and be like, thanks, I guess.
Yeah.
Like it's not, obviously there's different people. Like if you actually had a friend, meaningful gifts matter. But at the same time, it's like, they don't care about like money. They don't care about like materialistic things. They would have to get something like that's built or designed for them. Who knows? Maybe you go out and you design like this nice little desk or something custom built for them, and like it's got all these little features that they like that you know of. Even nowadays, like if I'm buying you a gift, I'm gonna buy you something that's more or less designed for something you're gonna enjoy.
So would you say money is the worst gift then? Would you say that? Well, it depends if they really need it though.
Yeah,
it depends if they really need it.
It all depends, because like obviously everyone has those relatives that just kind of
they just give money.
They just give money because they don't know what to get you, and that's fair. I'd rather get like $20 rather than like the same socks I get every year. You know, kind of feeling. It all depends on the person. If I have a friend, I'm expecting a gift, kind of more or less. Obviously, I say that. I actually don't expect gifts from people. Let's be clear.
Me either. I don't expect.
I don't expect you guys to get me something, but at the same time, it's like if you're gonna get me something, don't just get me something like. Don't get me some like random like American Eagle like shirts or something. Get me something that is more meaningful in a sense to me. Get me something that you know I'm gonna enjoy.
If they can pick something out that aligns with like my interests or something that I'm really like excited about, then it means so much more than just like getting something random. Exactly. Even if it was worth a lot of money. Like if you can pick something out that's 100%. Like, yo, you knew I like that? You know what I mean? You know Nardwar?
You know
how Nardwar, he when he has his interviews, he gives them a gift, and then the rapper's like, yo, how you know about this?
Like when he Black Ink Gallery? Like, have you seen, oh my God, when they looked around and went, whoa, how do you know about the Black Ink? It's just all that stuff that like hits home. Like they're never gonna forget that interview. It's making an impact on what you're doing for the other person that matters. It's not just about like, okay, sure, you go buy someone a car. They're gonna remember that, of course, but that's for average people. When you're talking to celebrities or you're talking to someone who owns millions of dollars, it's like, how do you impress them? You got hit something with they don't know you know about.
Yeah, exactly. So I saw this interview with Madison Beer. I think she was on a podcast. She said it herself, like the one guy that really stuck out to her in public, it was like a fan. He went up to her and said, I don't give a shit about what you do, anything you say, but I really love the fact that you watch Rick and Morty and you're a fan of this comedian. And then she was like, that's the nicest thing I've ever heard from anybody. And if you think about it, it's like he pushed aside all of the, oh, you're so beautiful. Oh, you're so famous, blah, blah, blah. She doesn't care about she cares about what's on the inside, what her interests are.
It's, again, and it's not about kind of like this whole like fan thing of like what you do and kind of who you are online. It's about knowing the actual person. Like if you're a fan and you get to know the person and their actual hobbies rather than just what they do, they're going to notice you more than you go to a concert and you have a sign going to like, I don't know, Lil Tech or something.
Yeah.
And for some reason, you know this specific thing about what he loves as a kid and grown up love doing, and you have a sign with that, he's gonna notice that sign rather than
stick out
rather than some person holding a sign saying "We love you, Tekka," like the signature thing. He's gonna notice that one sign and go, and he's probably going to point you out, in all honesty, because they don't expect that.
Yeah.
They expect the normal, what they're known for kind of deal, not what they're not known for.
Exactly. So I feel like anytime you meet someone really famous or a celebrity or someone with a lot of power, a lot of influence, a lot of people know about, you got to hit them with something like as if they're just your peer. Because if you treat them just like you're another fan, they're going to treat you just like another fan.
Exactly.
And that goes hand in hand with even just dating girls. Like if you treat a girl and put her on a pedestal, she's not going to give you the time of day. You know what I mean?
If you're talking to someone like anyone bigger than that, or someone that thinks they're full of themselves, it's going to be like that regardless for anyone. You're talking to a girl, you're talking to a guy, you're talking to a celebrity. If you're putting them on a pedestal where they already think they belong, they're just going to think of you as another person. They
just throw you to the side, bro.
You got to kind of treat it like they're on the same level and you guys can connect. Because if you treat someone on a pedestal, you're already putting them above you. And what do you have to connect to someone that's above you?
They're not going to give you no respect.
You're not going to be treated the same way as if you guys were on the same level.
Yeah.
If you're on the same level, you guys can talk to each other perfectly fine. So if you treat someone that you meet as the same level as you without worrying about it and just doing your own thing and doing yourself, you're going to get more attention that way.
Yeah, that's
honestly
so true.
one thing I always try and do whenever I go out. It's like whether I'm going out with my friends or we're going out to like the club or something. Obviously not anymore. Selena, I know you're watching.
This girl.
But one thing that happens is you have to be you and treat everyone just like normal. You have to treat everyone like a friend. I go out to the club. I go out for New Year's, example, before everything was locked down. I'm making friends at the washroom. Like,
yeah, bro.
Like I'm already like, I've been drinking the whole time. I'm making friends at the washroom, just having conversations. They're saying nice suit. I'm talking about their day, what they do. Selena comes running down the stairs. She's like, "Where have you been?" I'm like, "Oh, this is my friend." I don't remember.
You just made friends now.
I don't remember the guy whatsoever, but I just remember making friends with him and him liking my suit. And we just started talking. It's like, you got to treat everyone the same and it's going to be better for you. I find I started doing that, especially later on in high school. And I found I just started connecting with way more people. Marshall, for example.
Yeah.
Do you remember grade 11 lunch?
Yeah, I remember.
In the bus, in Marshall's bus.
we all packed up into one little like minivan. Because we would go out for lunch, right? And we would have to drive to the Wendy's. That's like the only like spot we could go to.
The only good spot.
The only good spot.
There's a little plaza close by that we all got sick of the food in there, essentially. It's like, you go there, everyone goes there. It's fine. We want to go to something different.
Yeah, so we all fucking packed into one van. I think we had like 10 vans in one van at one point.
Something dumb like that. But I remember at first, we're good friends now. Like me and Marshall, I love the guy. We're good friends now. But at first I was kind of like nervous to talk to him in a sense, because I knew like he was one of the hockey guys. He talked to a bunch of other people and I was like, I don't know if I'll get along with him. I started talking to him. We had so many things in common that we liked. I'm like, why was I nervous?
Yeah, you just got to open that book, you know?
And so once I like opened up, I was like, I'm just going to do me. And if people don't like me, people don't like me. If people like me, they like me. And I just started connecting with all these different type of people, and it's like it's crazy. It's like, you just gotta be yourself and you will find people.
Exactly, because honestly, you never know, the next person you might meet might be your soulmate, might be someone like you'll keep around the rest of your life.
Exactly.
Like it just so happens you had a good conversation with one person and then they can make an impact on your life. Like you'll see them later on, you know what I mean? And you don't know when that person is. Like for example, you just walk down the street, you see somebody new, somebody random.
Who knows?
You never know who.
Maybe I'm gonna run into the guy from the club at New Year's. He's gonna be a millionaire. He's I remember you. It's like it's just one of those things. It's like life always comes around full circle. You're nice to one person, something's gonna happen. Whether it's tomorrow, whether it's a year from now, 2 years from now, however long down the future, something will, like, it's karma.
I always think about it like this. I think life is kind of a game of odds. If you really take it in, the odds you were born, the odds you were placed on a certain country, the odds you were placed in a school, the odds you went into this hobby and then found these people there, it's all a game of odds.
I honestly, even like now, I always think about it. It's like, how did I manage to get like put into the situation I am? I could have been born in like South Korea or something and had a completely different life, been a completely different person, but I'm the person I am today. And it's like, it's so weird to think about. There are so many people born in a day. It's like, you got this light.
Yeah.
And who knows? Maybe if something else happened, I would have been a completely different person. It's like, because what happened is my grandparents moved here from Portugal. Like my grandmother moved here without hearing a word from my grandfather.
Yeah.
Like for multiple years, no words. They exchanged letters every, like, who knows how long that came in. Toronto to Portugal in whatever, like 1950s or something. That's gonna.
There's no technology back then. You couldn't FaceTime and shit.
You ain't doing any of that.
Yeah.
It's like they stayed together through all that, and then once he came over there, they got married. And that was it. And then, like, what if that never happened? I wouldn't be here.
Yeah.
Like, there's all these different variables that you think about. It's like that could change your life, but it all happened for a reason. It's
Yeah. I truly believe like every single thing happens for a reason. Even just so happens, like, let's say, oh, I want to go to the store today. The fact that you said to yourself, I want to go to the store today, could have been a different thought, but you decided to go to the store. And those people that showed up to the store there, they all had their own thought, their own consciousness to bring them to that spot too. Put all those people into a position where they're together. That's why I think about it all the time when I'm on an airplane. I'm like, damn, all of these people on the airplane come from different families, come from different countries, different plans they're gonna do. You know what I mean? They're going to a different destination, different family they're gonna see. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's crazy they all get put into the same spot. And shit, maybe sometimes you just want to go talk to them, see what it's like. And then you get to meet new people and see their path of life, see how they move. And bro, when everything comes together like that, it's like you really see like how vast our world is.
That reminds me of like all the times, like you go, one of the things is you go on vacation almost anywhere. Like you go on you go to an all-inclusive resort or something and you're going there. I guarantee you will meet someone else from Toronto.
Yeah.
At any resort. And it just happened. Like it just happens randomly. You're playing volleyball on the beach or something, or you're chilling on the beach. You meet these guys, you meet these girls or whatever, and you talk to them and they're like, oh yeah, we're from Toronto. And you go, how does this always happen? Like every single time you meet these people that are all from the same area, and it's like, it's almost not expected, even though you know it's gonna happen, because for some reason everyone in Toronto goes to the same resorts apparently.
Like, yeah, you know, I think it depends on the way you see the world too. It's like, do you think of it as a huge world or you think about it as a small world?
Yeah.
Right? Well, what's your perspective?
I honestly, I find it to be a small world, but for some reason I still always get surprised when I run into people. Like everyone has similar thoughts and does similar things. And when you make, I think one of the things is though, when you make friends, you make people with similar hobbies and similar interests.
For sure.
So it almost forces you to see them outside of like just regular meetings with them. And it makes you kind of like run into people more often. Say we go downtown, same time, we don't know we're going downtown. You and me are probably going to go both to the same resale stores.
Probably not. That's true.
And we're going to run into each other. It's going to go, what the hell?
Because if you think about it, people that have the same interests as you, you're more than likely to follow down that same path, just different times.
Exactly. You and me, we're both going to go to Hotbox.
Yeah.
Guarantee
we're both going to go to the vintage stores.
Exactly.
Feel me?
We're going to show up at the same stores and we're going to go, what the hell, you're down here too?
Yeah,
kind of deal.
exactly.
It's just going to happen. It's one of those things. It's like where you run into people, it's almost like it forces interactions that you don't expect. Because you're all going to be doing kind of similar things type of deal. So it almost makes the perspective of a small world too. So it's weird to think about, but it happens. And it's like, or even like car meets, for example. You go to a car meet with someone who likes cars, and then your other friends who like cars, they're probably going to be there.
Exactly.
And it's just going to happen. It's just the way it goes.
Yo, I read this thing on Reddit, right? And it says Minecraft is a good metaphor of life. So think about it like this. Life, right? We don't have like a set purpose. Besides, okay, our biological purpose is to what? Is to produce, right?
Yeah.
Reproduce. But if you think about it, we're born, we don't have like a goal right away. We choose our own goal, our own path we want to take on in life. But every single person that's born, it's almost as if there's no meaning to your life unless you put meaning to it. Now look at the game of Minecraft. You go on, there's one goal, right? Like beat the Ender Dragon. Yeah. But if you think about it, that's not the true goal of Minecraft. That's just like an activity you can do.
It's just like a mission essentially in the game. You have so many different options on what you want to do in there.
So in this Reddit thread, people were saying in Minecraft, just like life, it doesn't matter what you do, even if you make your own goals, as long as you're happy, every single minute that passed in that game, it was worth it.
I agree with that too. Oh my God.
As long as you're happy. None of us were meant to do something exactly. None of us are born and then like, okay, you have to do this. It's never like that. We choose upon ourselves whether we're going to do something or not. And depending on whether you're happy with what you're doing matters the most, right? Because if you're happy, no matter if you played the game, how long you played the game, we're all going to die at one point. If you're happy playing the game, then you played it right.
And that, man, like that makes me think it's true, because me and my brother, we have completely different play styles too. If me and my brother were to start a world, like we used to play all the time when we were kids. And I remember we'd go in, and I would, when I was a kid, I loved like just finding diamonds and mining and doing all this stuff. My brother loved to go and like build a house and create this like extravagant building and stuff. And that was his goal. He didn't care about like,
we all have different paths. Everybody's different.
And it's just crazy to think like that, because it made me happy doing what I was doing in that game. It made my brother happy to do what he was doing in that game. And it's like, that's both legitimate ways to play the game, and we're both having fun.
And nobody's wrong.
Yeah.
Nobody's wrong.
You can't say there's one specific way to play it. And everyone's choice is valid.
And how do you lose? Okay, example, a good way, it's a metaphor, is like, how do you lose at Minecraft? You don't lose unless you don't have a good time.
Yeah, you lose if you give up.
Exactly.
That's all it is.
And that's just like life. If you take it in, it's just like life.
It's the exact same. If you give up and you stop doing what you truly want to do in life, then you're losing. You gotta dream and do and your passion and have all these like exciting moments and memories and create these things with your friends and do whatever you can. And you're enjoying life. If you're not enjoying life, you're not playing the game. You're not winning.
I wrote something in my journal, right? Yeah. This is when I had a really deep moment in the shower, fam.
Everyone has.
I was like, yo, I'm done chasing money. I'm not chasing money anymore. I'd rather just be chasing my memories. Like memories I can hold. And I feel like that's so important, because when you're on your deathbed, when you're in that moment of like, this is it, it's my final moments.
Yeah.
What do you remember? You remember the good times. I mean, you don't remember the, oh yeah, I have all this money in my bank account. You're not looking at your bank account number. And I mean, you're not looking at the numbers in your account. Fuck that shit. You think about the memories you made. You think about the friendships you had. You think about the family you spent time with, the places you explored, right? And bro, that's what means the most now, is just creating memories, especially in times of like struggle, in times of like uncertainty. Like right now, 2020, 2021, bro. It's kind of like uncertain times, feel me? The most important thing you can do is just make memories with the people you love, the people you care about, the people you want to see.
It's definitely like right now it's like different. We had a whole year essentially of like not seeing anyone or not being able to do anything. So now it's like everyone wants to do all this stuff and have all these moments and rekindle friendships and do all this other stuff. And it's like, that's kind of the purpose of what we're supposed to do right now. Like it's like when we went to Yorkdale and we did all that stuff.
Oh yeah, we did hella shit in one day.
We did the VR, we went shopping, we went to the, what's it called? The escape
room.
It was live. Like it was great. It was such a fun time. And it's one of those things where it's like, if you're doing stuff to do stuff and have fun with friends and it's just impulsive, it's one of the best times you can have. Yeah. I honestly think I still remember when that head fell out of the
in the escape room.
and I remember Sharon jumping and grabbing like or something.
Yo, the escape room was so trippy. It was because like the hallway matched the other hallway,
so
fam.
Weird. I was so confused. It was
so when you walk down a hallway, open the door, we're in a room. Open the next door, it looks like the exact same hallway. Bro, my mind was like blown. Weird. I'm like, yo, I swear we just came out of there.
It was so weird. I was like, what the hell? Like, are we missing something? Man, though, like we almost didn't make it out of that.
Yeah, yo.
we had like 2 minutes or something when he told us. I'm like, oh my god.
Yo, I love those though, bro.
They're great.
I think that year alone, I went to like 5 different escape rooms.
It's so fun. I think it's a great way to like build on friendships too, because you guys are working together. You're doing stuff. You're having fun, and you guys have to work together.
Yeah.
If you're not working together, you're losing at that point because you're not getting out of that without cooperation.
Yo, and then I read this before. Is kind of like one of those dating articles and shit.
Yeah.
Bro, so if you ever want to make a memorable moment with your significant other, go to something scary or somewhere that makes them fearful for their life, because that is when all the hormones, all the emotions trigger at their peak, and you're always gonna leave something to remember.
And I feel that when stressful stuff is happening, you remember it, but it depends if it's fun, stressful stuff that creates good memories that you're going to remember, because it's kind of almost like engraved into you in a sense.
Exactly.
If you have this moment where you are absolutely terrified for like something that's going to happen, say you almost fail a test, okay, or you're you do an exam and you're like barely passing, for example.
Yeah.
You're scraping the barrel and you write the exam and go home and you're like, holy shit, if I don't pass this is going to be bad. And that's something that you're going to remember. You're going to be like, oh, remember in grade 9?
Yeah, because your emotions are flooded and shit,
so
you know?
it's the same thing if it's a good stressful emotion. Like you are watching a horror movie or you're going to Halloween haunt or you're doing a scary escape room type deal. You're going to remember that because it's almost engraving itself with the stress. And it's just one of those things. It's like it helps you build memories.
Yo, my friend told me something like really he told me like, if you really think about it, every single thing the human race does is by fear of death. We go and make medicine for what? Fear of death. We go explore things for what? So we can be safer somewhere else. Fear of death from the other place, right? We go and study. We study things, right? Fear of death of the unknown.
I think that's why so many people are scared of the ocean too. Because it's the fear of the unknown. We have what, 5% of our oceans not discovered? And so
no, like
people,
way more than that. I think
probably.
like 60-70% is unknown.
Oh yeah. Oh really? Is it
something like that?
Oh well, no. I mean like 5% of our oceans
are
like actually properly explored. Sorry,
Yeah.
that was my bad on the wording. But it's like, and that's why so many people are like terrified because they're like, they don't know half the stuff that's in there. I'm not going swimming. I'm not jumping in the ocean. Are you crazy? There's gonna be some fish that's gonna eat me, and they're like, come on, like relax. No fish is gonna eat you.
Yo.
But it's fair enough of a reason.
Fam, you know what? The world is mostly water, right?
Yeah.
What if the world is meant for them rather than us? Because we're just a small percentage of the population then.
Yeah,
what if there's more like aquatic life than there is land life? Is there?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is.
There
There's
has
way
to be.
more stuff in the ocean. Because like, what if the ice caps are meant to melt and it changes the world completely to like a water essentially world? Like, what if the ice caps all melt, the temperature and everything rises or everything changes, and the oceans start overflowing cities and all this stuff?
Yeah,
and all this happens, and we either adapt somehow and we create a way to survive, or the oceans take over.
Yo,
and it
a
goes
lot-
back to what's supposed to be essentially.
Yeah, a lot of people think the next world war is going to be about water, the lack of fresh water in the world. And yo, you know Michael Burry? So he was the one that predicted the economic crash in 2008, I think. The housing market crash. You know The Big Short? So
Yeah,
Michael
where,
Burry,
like, shit was like crazy. Like money was pinch on everyone.
He was the one that predicted that, and he invested, or he shorted the housing market because he knew it was gonna crash. And what the only thing he invests in now, or like one thing he really invests a lot in, is water, which is crazy because if he predicted that,
Which is also a little scary for us.
Yeah,
being in
that's a little bit
'cause
scary.
We got like what the most like fresh
oh
water.
yeah, Canada has the
Can-
most
we
fresh
have the
water in the
most fresh
world,
water in the world. So like thinking about that, I don't want
bro.
I don't want that to be on our plate.
if it's
that's
the war,
case.
we're gonna be at the heart of that shit.
Exactly. People are gonna be fighting in our country. That ain't gonna be good for us.
It's gonna be crazy, bro. Yo, if you think of, okay, do you think the world is overpopulated?
I think we're overpopulated in specific areas. I think like Canada, for example, we have so much land that we could have inhabited, but we don't. We have such a big country. Look at China, for example, compared to us.
Yeah.
What's their population at now?
It's
Something
crazy. It's crazy.
And look at the size of them compared to us.
Yeah.
It's where we're spread out across the globe that causes the overpopulation and the waste of food. It's a mix of those. I think there's definitely space for everyone. I just don't think we're using it correctly.
I remember seeing this study. It was like, we're gonna lose almost like 20% of our farms by 2050, and 20% is a lot.
That is a lot.
20% is a lot
That's
of
a
food.
lot of food.
That's a lot of food if you take it into a mass scale, right? And bro, so they're saying they think by that time we're gonna have even more people on this earth. Whether like we're gonna have more people on this earth unless something happens, whether it be like a famine, disease.
The moment you said like unless something happens, I'm like,
Yeah, bro. Cause yo, even in Avengers, bro. Look at Avengers. Thanos' mission was like, yo, we don't have enough resources to make everybody happy. He's gonna cut the population in half, fam. That was Thanos'
Everything.
plan.
Oh my god.
It's crazy, yo. I look at Marvel sometimes and like, damn, some of their themes goes a lot with just conspiracy theories or even just theories in general. Because for example, that theory of like the higher ups, the government wants to decrease population so that we have more resources for the less. Know what I mean? And then there's other theories about how like, some people can shapeshift, and then look at Marvel. There's people that can shapeshift now, like the aliens.
Oh my god. And the worst part is it's like a lot of their ideas aren't like, obviously they're super villains. Like they're bad, But at the same time, it's like you can almost kind of understand most of them. There are some where it's like they're just villains or whatever.
And then there was another one with remember Captain America Winter Soldier where Hydra, it was like Illuminati or like the secret society that took over their sector, the government.
Oh my god! So like when he's when they go into the computer, that's not Winter Soldier. No.
Yeah, that was Winter Soldier.
When they go into the computer and then he's transformed into the computer. I forget the scientist's name. It's like, this is kind of weird. This kind of feels like something that could happen.
Yeah, all of that shit could happen in a sense. You know what I mean?
Obviously, the time error and stuff would be a little bit different, but like that, I feel like someone's intelligence probably could be put onto a computer at some point in time. Like it's kind of
And then the big one that's coming out is the multiverse shit, bro. The multiverse shit, bro. Marvel, if Marvel's coming out with all these themes and then they end up like coming true, aliens, you know what I mean? They play with all that stuff. Damn, even the multiverse, bro. You know how like the Mandela effect and shit.
Yeah.
So I read this thing before, and they were talking about how scientists played with dark matter. You know what dark matter is?
Isn't it like the heaviest object or something crazy like that too? It's like
it's literally like a matter of it's unexplainable. It's unexplainable matter.
There's not really a word to use for it, but yeah.
So somehow they found a way to replicate it and replicate like the black hole. I mean, and supposedly, I don't know if this is true. This just may be
playing with shit that they should not be playing.
Exactly. Yeah. But that's their job, though, right? Their job is to like do the undiscoverable.
I feel bad for scientists because they gotta play with stuff that no one wants to be touching.
Yeah, bro. So you never know. What if like some shit goes wrong? And changes our whole universe, changes our whole reality.
What if they find a new clean power source from it, though?
Yeah, you never know. Right?
Well, I mean, like, speaking of power sources, like, imagine the scientists touching the nuclear reactor first try. Like, imagine that guy just trying to be like, this thing that creates bombs, let's use its energy and see what happens. It's like...
Yeah, imagine the first time doing it. They're like,
at this point, I don't even know if I'd wear any like protective stuff besides a radioactive gear, because like if it goes off, and like
you're fucked. There's no going
there's
back.
You're doing after that. It's like where they even test that?
I don't even know. I'm so curious to like how they came up with that idea.
It's crazy. It's like, why play with something so dangerous that can end millions and millions of people's lives and be like, this is gonna power our microwave.
Yo, the man that created the atomic bomb, you know what he said?
He said he doesn't want it for war or something, right?
No, he didn't say that. He said something along those lines. He said, I've become the destroyer of worlds. He said that shit, bro. And it's so dark. Like, if you watch it, it's so dark because it's so true.
Imagine like how you'd feel after, like, obviously you're trying to make a weapon, but at the same time, like, I don't think anyone expected it to be used in like that sense. Obviously it stopped the war for obvious reasons. No one wants another one of those going off. The global war, like, everyone's just like, okay, chill out.
Like, nobody wants that shit again.
But like you think about it, it's like, imagine like the toll that's gonna take on you. Just knowing like
he was the reason.
Yeah, he's the reason so many people like died. And honestly, unless you have a messed up mentality, that would eat away at like almost everyone.
Yeah, bro. Honestly,
like I get it's war and you're trying to like defend your like civilization and defend your people, but at the same time, it's like, at what cost? You know what I mean? There's a cost for everything. We were talking about that with the billionaire and millionaire stuff. Like, there's a cost for everything you do.
But then there's another side that people look at it is like, how many wars did that prevent? You know what I mean?
And then that's
a valid argument, because of that they know, okay, let's stop the war.
They can only say that because they're not the guy who made its shoes.
Yeah, that's true.
Like this all comes back to the one guy or team, because I actually don't know like if it was a whole team or one person, but it all comes back to that team essentially of who built it and like how they feel. Like, in all honesty, they probably wish they never invented it at some points in time. Like, some of the people on the team, they're probably just trying to defend their country, and now they look back at it, killed millions, and it's like...
And honestly, when it comes to something that powerful, I feel like there's a loss of freedom somewhere there.
Yeah,
you know that's
also true.
Because it's like, okay, we have this. Y'all can't even fuck with us anymore.
It's the same thing about like the whole freedom during World War II.
Yeah,
the American soldiers, they just got drafted. They're like, you're coming, and like what?
No, it was voluntary though.
Not for some people. I'm pretty sure a lot of people just got drafted in World War II. Yeah, I'm pretty sure some people didn't even really have a choice because the war got so big at one point. I'm pretty sure most people, well, not most people, I'm sure some people when they were younger literally just got told like, hey, you're coming.
Oh, that's crazy.
It's like, they needed people. Like,
Yo,
it's a world war. Like, how do you stop that?
Do you ever hear the Scooby Doo theory?
No,
bro. So there's a theory that the characters in Scooby Doo. There's a theory that the characters in Scooby Doo are actually people that avoided the draft. They're the kids that were like, fuck that, I'm not going to the Vietnam War, and then they just decided to like cross country, run away from their draft. Because if you think about it, it's set in like the 70s, 80s, right?
Yeah, something like along that area.
Or like during the time of the Vietnam War.
Yeah, like it was set along that era. Like it wasn't anything recent. Like it's set in like, look at the van.
Yeah, that's why they have the hippie shit, right?
Like they got all the hippie stuff going. You know how Scooby and Shaggy, like what they're expected to
be. They're literally hippies, right?
Like it's expected. That's the era. And like, yeah, that would make, they're traveling.
That makes sense,
traveling, right? They're on the move. You don't see them in a no crib.
Mm-hmm. And there's another theory that says like the reason every single place they go to, whether it's haunted by like somebody there, like an owner, the past owner, is because it's set in economic depression. That's why the owners are like haunting their old place of work because they no longer work there. They went bankrupt. And they're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna like haunt everybody that comes here.
I'm gonna make sure that this stuff stays closed, essentially. Kind of
so it's like payback on the people that bought their shit.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Crazy.
That is crazy.
It kind of lands up, right? It kind of lands up.
No, it does. It makes sense. And it's like all those old cartoons, especially like Scooby Doo and stuff. There's so much untapped stuff in there that probably so many people don't recognize.
Yeah.
It's just one of those cartoons. It's the same thing with like The Simpsons.
Oh man, The Simpsons, bro.
The Simpsons has too much, but it's like one of those things where it's like, who knows what else is in there. Simpsons is kind of turning into Marvel though, like what we were talking about with how they're predicting stuff.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I definitely could see that happening. And with Stanley sadly passing too, we can't even like testify it now. Like there's no way to like, no, he made the comics. He's the one that's saying all this stuff. And
okay,
like,
well, what do you think about what do you think about people changing Stanley's vision? Because obviously Stanley passed away.
Yeah.
And then it's not like you can pull up anything else from what he's already made. So there's gonna be a time where it catches up with the new shit, and then they have to make new shit. What do you think about changing things?
It really depends, in my opinion. Like, I think changing characters' personality and stuff, it like they did it to Thor already. Like he's changed,
and that was sick. That was sick.
No, Thor's change was amazing. I loved it. Like when he went from like this hardcore like superhero from his first movie to like Thor Ragnarok, where he's like this chilled out comedian kind of deal. It was amazing. I loved Thor. Thor Ragnarok's one of my favorite like Marvel movies just because it's so entertaining. But when you're changing like a character's whole image or vision as a character, that's a little different. But what they're doing now, where they're giving like subtle like changes and stuff, I'm okay with. But I definitely think they need to watch what they change.
Yeah, they can't change too much. They can't change too much.
Okay, I don't find anything wrong with so far. Like I think it's fine. But if they start changing like Spider-Man's like identity in a sense on what he does and what he's using, for example, because Spider-Man's probably gonna be one of the ones that continues. If they start changing too much about him, that's gonna be kind of stepping the line. I think. Like we already know who he is. We just need to expand him into the current Marvel universe and just see how that goes. Keep him who he is.
I can't wait to see where they go into it, because like they're doing like the multiverse shit.
I want him to be a young Tony Stark. Like that's honestly all I want from Peter Parker. It's just I want to see him become a young Tony Stark. That's it. Because I'd love to see him fill in Tony's shoes. That's what I want to see. And you already saw it with the last movie where he's kind of like, where Happy looks back and he's putting on like the glove like Tony Stark did when he first built Iron Man in his like crib, and it's like, that's a little sad. Like I know my mom would definitely be upset when she saw that because she loved Iron Man.
Whenever I think of stuff like that, I always think about, for example, you know, Will Smith and his son Jaden Smith. When you're born into a family like that, like high of a stature as Will Smith, you know what I mean? And then you follow down kind of his path of like music and entertainment. It's so hard to like live up to that name. So hard to live up to fill their shoes.
That's almost like anything though, in the same sense, because like if you're born into a lifestyle that is extravagant, for Ronaldo's son, for example, do you know what how is he supposed to like deal with the pressure that he's gonna have to deal with having Ronaldo Jr. essentially on his back? Because he's gonna definitely play in the league, no chance about it. He's gonna play soccer wherever he's gonna play. But it's like, how do you keep up people's expectations? And I think at this point you don't.
Yeah, you don't. You can't.
You can't. There's way too many people that expect greatness out of so many people. You look at sports and it's like
Bronny and LeBron.
It's expected to be greatness, and it's like, yo, let him be who he's gonna be, because at the same time we don't know.
Yeah.
Like no one's gonna be a copy. Like sure, everyone expects like the son of whatever to be better than the father. Like that's usually how it goes in history. Like you can even see now, it's like sports are way more, I guess, athletic looking. Obviously, we can't actually put like an older athlete to a new athlete.
Sports has changed because like we have better technology, we have better strategies. Everything's been tried and tested,
and there's no way to tell. Who knows? Maybe Wilt Chamberlain, you put him in the league now, he does the same numbers he did before.
Yeah, who knows? We'll never know.
That's always going to be like a conversation topic, but we'll never fully know. We don't have a way to prove it. We can't bring him back into the league.
Yo, have you watched Oldboy?
No, I haven't.
Yo, Oldboy's like one of my top 10 movies all time, fam. So I went on Reddit before and I was looking for like top plot twist movies. Fam, this had one of the craziest plot twists ever.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, don't spoil it. How can I watch it?
I actually used NordVPN to stream it. So I switched my country location on Netflix using NordVPN. So I switched it to South Korea and then I can watch all of those South Korean movies.
Yeah, because there's some movies that I can't watch because it's in different countries.
Yeah, right? That's what sucks.
So NordVPN doesn't have no restrictions.
No, so you use that and then you can watch movies from any location you want. What? And you can access all of those countries' Netflixes.
Oh, bless. Wait, so it's a VPN, right?
Yeah.
So I can use it for any like cybersecurity things?
Yeah, so whenever you travel, whenever you go to public areas and use the public Wi-Fi, that's like a hotbed for hackers.
Fam, it's known for getting, like your phone's gonna get hacked.
Yeah. So you can use NordVPN to protect yourself and hide your IP address.
No way.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm safe when I have that on.
Exactly, bro. Cool. NordVPN got you.
I got you.
Shout out to our sponsor, NordVPN. You guys can use our discount code JUMPERS, and you guys can get
a 2-year plan with a bonus gift and a huge discount. And there's a 30-day money-back guarantee if NordVPN doesn't work out for you.
It goes with like everyone's expectations now. They expect every new thing to be greatness.
Yeah.
They don't want any sort of error. And I think that's the biggest problem with right now is like you throw someone new, you throw this prospect into the league, for example, and whatever league, baseball, basketball, soccer, hockey, whatever it is. You throw them into the league with a big name, people are only going to expect greatness and no mistakes.
Yeah, that's facts.
You'll have the few people who are like, oh, he's a rookie, don't worry about it. And then you'll have everyone else who's like, but he's supposed to be great.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, give him a chance and he could be great, but like you're putting all this pressure on him. How do you expect him to play?
That's what sucks because it's like, what if that kind of pressure is their downfall?
Exactly.
Right?
I think happens to a lot of players too, especially right now with all the social media. You have one mistake. If you like right now for Euros, do you follow Six Buzz and stuff and all those accounts? Or
kind of sometimes, yeah.
So right now with Euros example, they post everything. They post everything that's going on. Italy wins, they post it. Spain wins, they post it.
Yeah.
Any team right now that wins, they post it. You have one big blunder in an important game, you can bet yourself it's getting posted somewhere.
Yeah, facts.
And millions and millions. If it's Euros, probably billions of people will see it.
See that pressure of like everybody sees you. It's not the same as like back in the day.
No, it's not.
Back in the day, you'll get like the radio, you get like the newspaper, but now you'll literally get like even if you're on the bleachers, fam,
4K forever.
Like, even if you're on the bleachers doing something dumb, they'll catch you, bro.
And that's the thing. It's like, I did see a kid actually who was posted up in I think it was like an Italy game, and they were wearing a Germany jersey, and Germany was not playing, and they're already out, and they're just chilling in the stands with a Germany jersey on. I'm like, what are you doing? Like, at least wear like one of the teams. I don't care who you support, but like at least wear one of them. Why Germany? They're not even playing. It's just one of those things. But it's like, ugh. And then there's all the cheating and stuff too.
Oh, fuck. Bro. Yo, because I feel like you hear that whole thing with the MLB talking about like the tar.
I was going to talk about that today actually with the sticky substance rules. Okay. They've been doing it forever. Baseball has always been about kind of throwing pitches, getting grip. They do it on the bats too. They put tar in
tar in the bats too?
They do it so that they can get grip on the ball. They're hitting like 100-mile-per-hour fastballs.
Yeah.
It's hard enough to kind of get a clean connection. So they have been putting grip on their bats before so they can grip the ball a little bit better when they're swinging.
Yeah.
But now it's this big deal with pitchers because they essentially are saying it's already hard enough to hit a ball. You don't need all this other shit. And then now people are still complaining and they're not using sticky
because you know why, bro? It's because it's like when one person cheats, another person follows, right? Yeah. And then when you have this whole lineup of people cheating, how do you compete? You have to join them.
Well, the worst
you just have to do the same shit.
The worst part is people now. Do you know resin, like the stuff they use at the mound for pitchers?
Yeah.
But there's actually a way to make the ball sticky with resin and sweat, and that's it. They just need to mix sweat from their hair probably into the ball. Like I've seen it done, and you mix it into the ball. You get resin, you apply onto the ball, sticks to your hand.
Whoa!
I'm not even kidding, and that's not against the rules.
Yeah,
because it's just resin and sweat. They don't have any other substance, so they're fine to do that. But people are still getting like, oh, check his hat. And it's like, at this point, it's like, just, I don't know, like, what you want anymore. You guys are already banning stuff and stuff. It's like, they're just using what they have, and you're still getting checked out. And do you know how annoying that probably is for a pitcher?
I know.
Being on top of your game, pitching these 95-mile-per-hour curveballs that they can't hit for their life, and just after, like, leaving the mound, they're like, check him. And then the refs go to check you, or the umpires. And it's like, you look at the other team, it's like, what do you want? And you're just kind of, like, taking off your stuff. Like, I'm clean. I'm going to keep pitching like this.
But that's the reality then, because, like, if everybody is cheating, then you got to get checked too. So it's like, and I remember watching this this podcast before. They're talking about cheating in MMA and how a lot of people, they might be on like gear, but the type of gear that won't get caught. And then it becomes a game of like, okay, if all of these people are using it, I guess we have to allow that. You know what I mean? And then if we allow that, everybody else that isn't on that is at a disadvantage.
Yeah.
So you're like, you hop into the league or you hop into the UFC and you want to compete with them. Everybody's on this shit. Like, I gotta do it too.
You have to. Like there would be no way around it. You're at a complete disadvantage. That's not even fair to you. And I'm glad we had a break from a lot of sports too during COVID, because I kind of see like a reset almost in a lot of things. Like people getting like back into it. Like look at that NBA for example. Look what happens to like the big teams this year.
Crazy. It was crazy. Everything changed.
It's the same thing with Euros right now. Like a bunch of these big names are out, but it's like it's almost like a reset. It's like refreshing to see all these different like teams and different names kind of like getting a chance in the sun, and it's nice to see.
It's almost like a new league.
Yeah,
it looks like a new league.
It's a new era essentially of sports, and it's not a bad thing to see. I definitely don't mind it. It's like even hockey. Montreal's in the final. What's going on with that?
Crazy.
like it's crazy. It's just refreshing to see. But one thing I'm going to talk about with sports is there's one sport which it's a touchy topic for whether or not it's a sport is fishing.
No, fishing's a sport. That's a sport.
I have my cousin. Me and my brother and my two cousins were in the car. We were driving home one day.
Yeah.
And they're talking about fishing for some reason. My one cousin goes, it's not a sport.
What?
And then my brother, who's a sponsored angler, who goes to
tournaments
and stuff, he's like, how can you sit? They're talking about for 30 plus minutes in the car. I'm like, can I relax? Like I want to listen to music, but they're arguing about it.
Yeah.
But anyway, so fishing actually has a huge cheating problem.
Word.
And I think it's something that isn't really touched on that people don't know about, because there's like $1 million.
You don't hear a lot about it.
No, there's these $1 million prize pools for fishing tournaments, and it's like people can cheat in that, and people don't know. Like most people don't understand how. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to explain.
How do you cheat in fishing?
So one thing people do is they go. A lot of times you have pre-fishing and you work the lake beforehand to kind of sort out where fish are, what's good spots. So what people will do is they'll get laundry baskets, zip ties, and plastic.
Word.
So they'll go to these big spots, catch a massive fish, like whatever they're fishing for. They'll catch this massive fish, put it in the laundry basket, zip tie it shut with plastic, sink it to the bottom in a certain spot, and come back on tournament day for the fish.
Oh, and then they just take it out.
They just take it out. And there's no way to catch someone who's cheating in fishing.
Yeah. How are you gonna catch that?
Oh, there's no hook in his mouth. Well, yeah, obviously I had to take it out to put him in the line. But like, there's no way to tell.
And they win millions of dollars?
And there's tournaments worth millions of dollars.
What the That's
like
crazy.
I'm pretty sure one of the bigger tournaments last year was like $1 million prize pool or something like that. And the only way people can get caught, they actually have to take a lie detector test.
Whoa!
I'm not even kidding.
They have to do lie detector just for fishing, bro.
But the thing is, people don't want to accuse people because you get punished if you accuse someone and they come back clean.
Word.
So you get, I don't know exactly what
you
the
get like a fine or something.
It's probably a fine and like a tournament punishment or whatever, but. They have these rules against it. It's like, it's scary to test people who are coming up with these big numbers because, like, you don't want to get in shit for it. But if someone's coming up and they're catching these massive fish, they don't even need to finish first to make money. That's a thing. Because it's a tournament. So you have all these different prize pools. They just need to come like fifth for good money or something. So it's like they just need to get a few good fish hidden in there, fish for the rest of the day, and then they're fine.
100% there's going to be people that finesse that. You know what I mean? Their only purpose to be in there is to make the money.
See, and I wanted to bring this up to you because I know you've been fishing too for like a while. Like, I honestly think we should go on a fishing trip.
Let's go, bro. Let's go.
We need to go like somewhere like tropical salt water and just catch,
Hawaii fam.
Big game. That'd be great. But anyway, it's one of these things where it's like there's so much money involved and people don't know or care. I only know about this because my brother is like he goes to tournaments. He's he is a professional fisherman. He's sponsored. He has all this stuff.
That's
I call
sick.
him professional.
That's sick.
It's dope.
But otherwise, you won't hear about that like in social media.
If he wasn't doing fishing, I would never have known about that.
Yeah.
I would have been like, what? Like if I heard about that, like how's that thing? How's that possible? But it's a problem. It's one of those things where it's like it happens in every sport where there's something on the side that no one knows about.
Yeah.
And it kind of opens up my eyes in a sense. It's like something like this could be happening in other tournaments or other like sport events that we don't know about, that we actually can't see.
Oh, for sure, bro. And
like,
you heard those things about before in the World Cup where like Brazil did some shit with the mob. And then like fix the games.
Or even because Brazil's scary.
Yeah.
Brazil is like has like a lot of power in dangerous places. Not like the country itself, but there's just scary people in Brazil, and that's just how
the people in power are the criminals.
And that's the thing. It's sketchy. So when the Brazil tournament happened, it's like I'm pretty sure Brazil's like killed referees and stuff too, like all this other stuff.
Yeah.
It happens where there are people who have such a high control in the area, who have control of like whatever it is, guns, weapons, drugs, like whatever it is. They just have power, and they go and they can influence all these other people. And because they have all this money from whatever they're doing that's illegal, essentially, they can pay off or do whatever they need to. And it's
like, how do you compete with that, bro?
Yeah, like,
because when you have
no
all that
way.
money to pay people off, it's like they can't say it's just like fixing fights and shit.
Yeah.
If you're gonna pay, that's why there's a theory like Jake Paul is low-key fixing his fights by paying these fighters really big purses.
I honestly think Jake Paul isn't that bad of a boxer.
No,
fair.
he's good. He's good.
He is a pretty solid boxer. Seeing him fight, like compared to everyone else, like I've seen, like the YouTubers, the TikTokers, all that other stuff. Jake Paul actually looks like he could throw hands.
Oh, for sure,
like
for
100%.
sure. He's skilled. He can throw punches.
But at the same time, it's like
he can box.
He's gonna get screwed up by an actual boxer. I feel like if once he versus someone who's around the same age in the boxing league, I don't think. I think he's very smart for building his name the way he is. I think he's super smart with choosing his fighters currently.
But that's the businessman in him,
Yeah.
you know? That's the businessman in him.
It's crazy, like the names he's getting that will be good competition for him in a sense, but he can probably win against for these fights that will get attention to him. Like he's picking, like Ben Askren was what, Olympic champion, MMA champion.
Yeah, but he wasn't a boxer.
But
He
that's
didn't
the
throw
thing.
hands like that.
It doesn't even matter.
It's
if
just
he's a
his
boxer.
name.
It's his name
And the association to the UFC.
He is a champion fighter in the Olympics and the UFC, and you're boxing with him.
Yeah.
That's gonna get attention from anyone.
It's facts, though. It's facts.
And well, one of the thing is too is like he knocked him out.
Yeah.
To be fair, a lot of people don't want me to say that, and I know that's probably true. But
No,
if
I think he legit knocked him out.
At the replay,
That wasn't. I didn't think that was like fake.
He stopped moving and just fell over. You can't fake the way he fell. Like as much as you could probably practice that. And you'd have to be a top tier actor to fake what he did. I don't understand that. But like,
and then there's the question of, okay, what if it's fixed? What if it's fixed?
And that's
but
the
I personally don't think it's fixed, but it's not too hard to believe, especially because we've seen it before in professional boxing, right? It wouldn't be hard to believe
he's got so much
if he got
money.
paid so much more money.
Yeah.
Like, okay, I'll give you another in 150,000, just drop in the first round. Yours. That's all you have to do. Bro, he doesn't care. You know what I mean? Ben Askren doesn't care.
No.
It's not like he's ruining his legacy boxing him. You know what I mean?
Oh,
he's
no
not even,
shot.
I don't even think he's fighting. He's not fighting no more.
No, he's not.
He's retired.
He's retired, yeah,
So,
fully.
bro, all he's looking for is a paycheck. If you give him more money, sure, why not? I'll drop for you, right?
But that's the thing. I think it's a little. I don't know if he's paying off. If he was, I don't know if he's paying off the boxers or the referees, because I think that fight could have gone on. I think Ben Askren like lost it when he was falling, but kind of got back.
But
up
he would have lost. He would have lost. Period.
He would have lost. Period.
Yeah.
But I also think it's like a little bit of like stuff going on behind the scenes, not even just with players, but with like all referees and stuff. If that were a thing, I still think he knocked him out. It was a clean hit, and he definitely was like knocking him out there. And if he wasn't done there, he would have won eventually.
Oh, for sure.
But it's just one of those things. It's like I was like surprised that it got called when boxing's usually like 10 count.
Yeah.
Like, where's the 10 count? Just because he fell over doesn't mean like fight's over. Like, we're not calling it there. What? Because he's retired during let him off easy? Come on.
Yeah, I know. That's
Like,
true.
he's signing up to box. Like, let him box.
Yeah.
But
Speaking of like cheating in boxing too, have you seen those boxers that put like plaster in their gloves?
oh yeah,
Bro,
that's bad.
That's just like you're playing with somebody's life there.
That's scary. I don't get people who do that. I can't understand boxers who actually like pad their gloves. Anything like that. Oh my god, it's terrifying. You're fighting someone. It's not like you're playing hockey or baseball and you have a corked bat, so you can smack it farther.
It's different because you're playing with someone's health.
You're literally possibly giving the other person serious damage that could affect them forever.
Yeah.
And you're okay with that just because you want some money or a title?
It's messed
That's
up, man.
not.
It's messed up.
People's desire to win, I understand, but it gets to a point where it's like you need to relax. Like you need to seriously think about what you're doing.
That's when a serious line is drawn.
Yeah.
Because it's like, it's not even for a game. It's not a game. Because fighting isn't even a game.
No,
you can't play boxing. You don't play fighting.
Is a competition between fighters.
Yeah.
It's not a game. It's not like, I'm going to say baseball, hockey, soccer, all that stuff is considered a game. Fighting, you can't call a game. You are two guys that are just fighting in a ring to see who wins.
It's a true, I feel like, in my opinion,
it's almost like
fighting
gladiators.
is the true competition. And it's a competition that's been around from the beginning of man.
For the beginning.
Literally.
Since the gladiators.
Yeah.
Like it's essentially the same concept. It's like you go to Rome, you watch two gladiators duke it out, you good. Like they're actually playing for each other's lives. So that was a little different. Because they're actually trying to just like kill each other. They're like, hey, if I win, I get bare bread and I get to go to the brothel. You're going down.
Yo, you know what's crazy though? Like if you think about it, those sword fights and those like gladiator fights, in the movies we see it lasts like, let's say like a minute or two, right? In real life, that shit would last like 2 seconds, bro.
It's not that long. No shot. I don't believe that. But
like,
I mean, like
swords, bro. You just get hit once, you're done.
I mean, I don't doubt that they're probably very skilled. You can probably go back and find records of like gladiators that like lasted like forever, like or who went for like amazingly long runs in fights. Like they maybe had like 13 wins in their career, and then they died or something. For example, I believe that, but I don't believe the fights that are going on. They're parrying, they're throwing swords everywhere. Then they start fist fighting. It's like no shot.
Because you have to keep in mind, like even a boxing fight, two professional boxers, they'll still get hit. You're gonna get hit.
They're still getting hit. Like,
there's no fighter that doesn't get hit. You get hit. It's part of the game.
Yeah.
So imagine that, but with deadly weapons.
It's over. Like,
it's done. It's
like,
done.
You put, obviously that's not gonna happen in this day and age, but you put anyone from this day and age in that, they're not moving after to get slashed once like that. Are you crazy? It doesn't matter who you are. You can put anyone in there. It's over.
That's why it's so crazy. I look into the samurai a lot, right? The Bushido.
Yeah.
Bro, they literally train their whole life to become a warrior and then fight the opposing samurai. And that's their whole life, is doing that. The samurai were made to honor like the emperor or whoever in higher power and fight for them, bro. It's literally just like a soldier, but during that era, they didn't have no guns. You're fighting with swords, fam.
See,
you're fighting with
crazy.
You get your arm chopped off, your head chopped.
It's over.
it's brutal.
It's
brutal.
Over, and it's brutal. That's actually really the only way to describe it. It's like we look back at it now, and like even nowadays, like even fighting, like anything regarding like weapons and stuff, like it's brutal. It's terrible. But at the same time, it's like people would literally go into battle, get their arm chopped off, pick up their sword again, and try and swing for as long as they can before they pass out.
Crazy, man.
It's like nowadays, like we have medical teams and stuff that actually like help you. But back then, it's kind of like, okay,
you're done. That's it.
You lost that. Do what you can and just drop.
Yeah.
like it's over. Just the morals and like all these ethics and stuff that change over the years. Obviously, it's expected, but it's so crazy to see how like.
Yo, have you seen bare knuckle boxing? Have you seen that?
Wait, yeah.
So they fight bare knuckle. The only thing that's wrapped is their wrist.
To keep the support. But that's messed up.
Bro, you know Blueface is fighting?
No.
Blueface is fighting like this next TikToker in a bare knuckle fight.
See, that's just a bad decision. Like, there's no way to go about it. That's just a bad decision. That's when you don't care about your health. Like, that's actually when you've officially said, like, yeah, I'm doing me. I don't care no more. And
bro,
like,
a fist is hard.
It hurts,
It's
bro.
literally, it's bone, bro.
People don't realize that. It's like, yeah, sure, boxing's one thing with gloves, but like they don't realize what it's like to just bare knuckle. Like with your fist, it's, oh my God. Like I remember I used to, what's it called? When I was doing kickboxing, I would condition, I would put my gloves on and I just hit the concrete wall in the basement for conditioning to like work on my knuckles because it helps. Like it really does. It hurts when you punch anything bare hand.
Yeah.
Like it's not a good feeling.
That's what the Thais do in Thailand when they're training.
Just hit concrete.
They hit concrete, they hit trees, they hit sand, they condition their bones.
I had a crazy instructor. His name was Bart. Okay, I forever call him crazy. He was he was doing kickboxing with like broken toes, all this other.
Word.
He didn't care.
Damn.
Every time before sessions we would go in, he'd grab this bamboo tree and just kick it with his shins.
Yeah.
It was a small one, just a big wooden, like thick wooden tree. Just kick it full force before everything. I'm like, bro, you good? He's like, yeah, it's just warm up. And this was like one of the first times I'm like going. So I'm looking at him like, is it that hard here? Am I good?
Because if you train it enough, you get to that level of like,
and it's crazy.
I don't feel nothing.
I don't understand how people. It's the same thing with like that one guy who braves the cold. That one like.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. He was on Discovery.
He trained his body to deal with freezing temperatures, and he's got no problem.
That's crazy, bro.
How do you get to that point?
Even David Blaine. David Blaine. Yeah, he was in the ice.
Exactly. I actually saw that today on it. I think it popped up on my Instagram of him doing like the ice thing, or him even going underwater too. It's like, how do you train the human body to be able to do something like that? It's not even just like physical, it's mental at that point.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like, how do you become so calm and so trained mentally that you no longer feel this?
And every time I see something like that, it's so spectacular to me, because it's like, damn, that's real art. Or that's like
so different.
That's such a crazy, especially when you just watch someone that's really, really good at what they do.
Yeah.
Like whether it be like a fighter that's really good at fighting, whether it be like an artist that's really good at painting, a singer that really good at their craft, at their art.
Yeah.
Bro, there's something just watching like a professional do their shit. Nobody else can do it like them. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And it's like, it's so inspiring. At the same time, it's so like, it's mesmerizing to see.
Not only that, it's like specifically the guy who braves the cold, who does all that stuff, who climbed Mount Everest in his boxers or something crazy like that. He looks like an average guy. There is nothing like definitive about him to tell you like, oh, I've conquered my body's like problem with the cold and altitude. It's like, it just looks like a normal person, and it almost kind of gives people hope in a sense too. It shows some like potential. It's like, I can do this, so can you.
Exactly.
I'm no one special. It's I'm not born from this governor, or this fighter, or this athlete, or any. I didn't have like this big name. I'm just me, and I did this, and so can you kind of deal. And it gives everyone this like, wow,
it's
amazement.
inspiring. It's motivational, bro.
And it shows you, it's like, that's something extreme.
Yeah.
So that shows the people who have these little goals that they can do their thing too.
Exactly. Yeah. Going back to what we were talking about before with the goals, like, bro, these people show that everything can be done.
Exactly.
And extreme feats can be conquered as long as you have the willpower, you have the mindset, and you have the passion to do it. If you really want to go do something, you can achieve the impossible. Everything is impossible until it's not.
Well, I mean, one thing I'll say, I say this in the Discord too to a lot of the guys, because they talk about, they're like, oh, where'd Carlos get the idea to like start the podcast and stuff? And I always tell them, I'm like, he always was doing stuff even when in high school. You talked about this before with all your like little side hustles and stuff. I also told some of them about those side hustles, like, oh, he used to sell this, he used to do this, like the stickers.
Oh yeah, the stickers too.
The sticker side hustle. That one was actually kind of nice. I did like that. But I told them, I'm like, it's always about having this drive to do something and being the best you can be, and having all these dreams laid out, and having a plan, and manifesting all that. Because I remember even in high school and stuff, you and Gavin specifically were always like, we're gonna be famous, kind of deal. Like, you always had that mindset. Obviously, me and the guys, like, we'd always be like, okay,
you gotta have that drive, though.
You have to have this passion and manifestation to want to do something. Otherwise, you can't let life just run by it. Because if you're not doing anything about it, it's not going to happen. You have to drive yourself to do something to make whatever you want come true. Sure, you see all these stories of like cartoon or fiction stories of like this guy that runs into like this big bank guy, saves his life or whatever, becomes this next head firm or something of an industry. It's like, that doesn't happen. Maybe to 1 in a million people, or 1 in a billion people, who knows? But you need to be able to set stuff up and prepare yourself for everything that life will throw at you to build what you want to build.
Exactly. Like, you have the power to do everything. One of my biggest inspirations ever, Kanye West, bro. And a lot of people, they consider Kanye such an egotistical person, right?
Oh yeah,
which is true.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah, but I feel like that might be the secret to how he's so successful.
It's definitely one of the reasons. Believing in yourself and knowing in who you are helps give him the confidence to do whatever he needs to do for himself to build.
Because literally the only thing that's holding us back from achieving other things is just our own mindset. It's literally like, what you think you can't do is what you can't do. If you think you can do it, you can do it. Just look at Kanye. He literally thinks he can do everything. Anything he wanted, anything he does, he goes out there and finds crazy success with it. Crazy success. Even if it's with shit like you wouldn't think would work, he makes it work because he believes in himself.
Well, I mean, and not even that. It's like he talks about all this stuff too. And it's like a lot of his goals are actually like understandable. Like, remember when he said originally, like with his shoe stuff?
Yeah.
Like he was talking about like wanting some stuff to be affordable and being out there for like everyone to purchase, not just being, even like Shaq too.
Yeah.
Shaq shoes. Like people clown on him for his shoes, but he's like, I have sold millions of dollars of shoes to kids who can't afford like
It's
all
so
this stuff.
true though.
And it's like he doesn't care about like this name or anything. He has a reason and he's pursuing his reason, and because of that it's working. Like he's doing what he can with his name to make it better for like what he believes in.
Exactly. Like with Shaq, he's giving the kids with not a lot of money, with not a lot of wealth to buy, he gives them shoes that are affordable.
Exactly.
And they still look okay. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like even though it's not like the most hype or you don't get the most like respect from it, it's still there for them. And Shaq was that person to give it to
And
them.
looking back now, I feel bad for clowning people with shoes.
I know.
Like looking back at it now that like we're older, we're out of high school, it's been a few years now. Looking back at it, I'm like,
yeah. No,
damn.
it's so true. It's
like,
so true.
Why do we have to do that to people?
Because you know why? It's because we've been so brainwashed to think like that. You know what I mean?
And that's the thing. That's a problem with social media in general. It forces you to think certain ways and do all these different things.
We're celebrating the wrong things.
Yeah, exactly. Or even like cancel culture, for example. Oh my God, I was so mad at cancel culture when that started happening.
It's almost like
there are some things that like, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
But there are some things where it's like, it is what it is. Like it happened like 25 years ago now.
But do you think it's a matter of fact that people are getting more sensitive, or do you think it's a matter of fact that people just have a voice now? What do you think it is?
I think it's a mixture of both of those, because I do believe that like nowadays people are getting a little bit more sensitive. I think so too. There are a lot more topics that people are like, I don't want you to talk about. Whereas you go back and you go look on YouTube and you go, the Misfits are a good example. Do you know those guys, the Aussie guy on YouTube? They don't care. They say whatever they want, and they still got a massive following and make tons of money on YouTube. And they say all this stuff that like other people can't get away with, and it's because they've been doing it forever, and they're at the point where like you can't even cancel them.
Exactly.
And they say all this stuff. It's like, honestly, I'm surprised you're getting away with it now. Like it still blows my mind, but it's just one of these things where it's like people have grown to realize like, hey, I don't want any more of this stuff said. I don't like it anymore. And people are getting a personality change from that. It's like, oh, I have my voice, so now I can officially speak, even though they were laughing about it probably a few years ago.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. I think the voice that people are getting is changing people's opinions on stuff and making them more sensitive.
Oh, for sure, bro.
I think that's more or less what it is too. I don't think it's just people are getting more sensitive. I think the way society is changing is forcing people to think more sensitively. And their original opinions, like say you have some guy watching a YouTuber who makes like dark humor jokes, for example.
Yeah.
And they've been watching them for like 4 years. Or first 2 years they liked it and they were laughing, for example. And then all this stuff changes, and the last year they're kind of like,
now we can't allow it.
Now it can't be a thing. It's like, well, what changed?
Yeah.
Like you're still you as a person. So what changed your opinion there?
It's just the outside influence. It's just everybody together now. Because I always preach like there's something with a lot of people hold a lot more power together rather than just one person alone.
No,
which is so true.
It's true. Like you can do your own thing, whatever you want, and you can complain about like say a small person complains about how their work treats them or whatever.
Yeah.
Like sure, that's whatever. Most people are gonna blow by it. But when you have a whole bunch of people complaining about celebrity,
then you have power now.
Traction.
Yeah.
And people are like, oh my God, yeah, that's so true. And then other people join in, and then other people realize some people don't even know what it is and they tweet it out anyway.
And they get me too.
It's just one of those things. It's like once people have power with population and the amount of numbers that they have retweeting or doing their thing,
it's like unstoppable. Then
they can start getting away with stuff with it too, because most of the people will see a brief tweet about it, for example, and then say, oh, this is facts. And I think people are also a little bit too gullible, but we'll leave that as is. But all this stuff happened, and then boom, like they've got this massive number. Some of them don't even know what they're talking about. They're just doing for it because it's trending, for example, and then it blows out proportion.
And then now I don't even know where the fuck like society is headed anymore, because
I don't like the trend.
I don't like the trend. I don't like where I see it going.
Neither do I. I really don't. I don't mind like a lot of like the social aspect with like Instagram, like even TikTok, YouTube, all that stuff where people are growing right now and a lot more people are viewing stuff.
But the negative shit is
the negative stuff
sucks.
I can't stand.
Yeah.
I hate going on Instagram, for example, and seeing all this negative stuff being posted, and I'm just like, man, that's not what we want to see.
But what sucks
You're
is we feed
this
into
behavior
it.
with it, and then that causes more backlash and more interest. It's like, let's just, if it's bad stuff, let's keep it on a topic where it won't influence people who don't need to see it. It's like, grow it within your community, for example. If you have something bad happening in your community, grow it in there, and if you can do something with it in your community, perfect. If you can't, then you can expand it. Try and deal with stuff so you're not going to influence everyone else to cause more drama with certain examples, because some people see it and some people think, oh, I can do that.
Yeah.
It also encourages bad behavior. Like, it's not just like you see all these videos of like kids like talking bad to their parents, for example, and you see that, and then people start thinking, oh, this is a common thing
because it's celebrated. Look at like the Cash Me Outside girl. I mean, she was the first one, and all of a sudden there's all these other girls that are doing the same shit, and then people fall into that market now, give them attention, and then it's a booming business.
It's not that I don't think that bad stuff should be posted or like bring awareness to. I think it needs to be taken to a different level where it's not going to encourage people.
Yeah.
Because that's the problem. Everything that we do and post that is bad encourages someone.
Exactly.
And it's not what we're looking for.
It's a level of like awareness. You have to understand, like, bro, this is the outcome of what we see now. You know what I mean? Like, if we keep bigging that up, then we're changing the society now. Like, this is the outcome.
Exactly.
If you keep promoting like all this negative shit, what do you think society's gonna be? Negative shit.
It's gonna be the same thing. Negative shit. It's not gonna change, and that's why cancel culture bothers me, because you bring up all these other things, other people see it, and then there's always gonna be the few people that be like, oh, this guy got away with it, I'm gonna do it, kind of deal, or they can get away with it, so I'll do it. Or other people then will see like, oh, this guy's getting canceled, maybe I should like change some of my stuff, and then you change like people's like personality too for certain things. It's like, oh, I should be more aware of like some of the stuff. He could be saying everything perfectly fine before, but now you're changing the way he is broadcasting himself, for
just
example,
because of one
just
thing,
because of one thing that he sees, and he gets scared.
Yeah.
Like, people have to understand that there are, again, I hate talking like this,
because it's hard to be general, because there's so many different situations
that go on that deserve to be posted. I get that, but there are some things where it's like old games or something getting brought up. For example, it's like someone plays an old game on YouTube or whatever, and it's like the Modern Warfare 2 mission. Yeah. Now you can't
put that shit in the game.
You can't put that shit anywhere. Like, you try doing a mission like
the one
that
in the airport, yeah.
You try doing that again, your game's getting canceled forever. Like, you're not playing that. But like, that's an example of kind of being like, obviously that mission did get banned in countries. Yeah. Like it wasn't okay. Don't get me wrong, but like, you do anything like that now, it's not even it's not getting off the shelf. Yeah. It's a completely different kind of like concept. Like, that was bad, but at the same time, it's like, why wasn't it bad before? In a sense, into the same sense.
No, that's so true. It's so true.
It's weird.
Yeah, why wasn't it bad before then?
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
Why was I allowed to play that mission when it came out in Canada, the States, wherever? I think it was banned like Russia, China, like some other countries, which was smart, to be fair. It's a bad mission, but it's like, what changed to basically would cause that to be bad now?
In my opinion, bro, like, we should just leave the shit in the past. I mean, we shouldn't cancel it, but if you dislike it, then just leave it in the past. Yeah. You don't have to bring it back up and make a big deal about it. No. Sure, that shit's not good for you, but like, that is in the past. That happened when everybody's mindset was different.
If it happens
just leave it in the past
now, then obviously
then it's different.
We're in a world now where people are aware of things and people are saying things.
But people just want to get excited about something, like, yo, look at this shit, that's not good. You know what I mean?
They want to be trending.
Exactly. They just want to cause a rise out of something.
It's so like,
but yeah, that's why you just gotta just preach the positive instead.
I agree.
Like the negative shit.
And this is why, like you say, I'll go stream or something, and like I had a bad day or something, or I'm not gonna talk about my bad day. I'm gonna be, it was all right, I had work, this and that, because I don't want people thinking about negative stuff. I want them to enjoy something.
Exactly.
Like if I'm streaming and I'm having like a bad day or something, I'm doing that because I want to have fun with the streaming. I'm not gonna talk about like, oh yeah, like today, like I had a crummy day, I like a terrible day at work.
I know.
Like, I'm not gonna talk about that stuff
because the energy you give off goes to them.
Exactly. And it's the same thing with any other social media platform. If you're not giving off off good vibes or good energy throughout like your day and stuff, if you're using it, then what do you expect to like come from your followers? It's almost like the Dream fans. Like for some reason they're all like dream this, dream that.
Yeah.
You know, dream.
Yeah.
They're all like all this, all that, and at the same time, it's like, how does that happen? Like, how do you have these such loyal people that they almost act negatively?
I know.
In the same sense, it's like I could never imagine like if I had like say even the jumpers. Imagine if they became negative. Like
That would have break my heart, bro.
I'd be like, what's going on?
Yeah.
How did this happen? Like it was like everything was going fine. What changed? Like it would confuse me so much. I don't understand how people get to the point where it's like being negative to defend someone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like you don't need to do that in any way, shape, or form. If that's a big topic,
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Just moral of that conversation is just fucking leave the negative shit out.
Yeah, 100%.
Continue with your good shit, because whatever you take on, let's say you take on negative energy, if you give it out to the next person, what do you think he's gonna do? He's gonna give it out to the next person. Then it's this constant chain effect of like shitty shit happening. Exactly. Now I'm in this mindset of, oh, shitty shit. Then it's gonna go to the next person. Then more stuff's gonna pile on top of that. And then what happens? You gotta be that roadblock, fucking change the lane and make it a positive move.
You have to
give
be
it a positive
mindful
vibe
of the people around you and also what everyone else is going through. And just because one person treated you bad doesn't mean that you have to expect it from the next person and maybe treat them
exactly
bad. And that's how it goes.
It goes both ways.
No matter what I'm doing, I always try to keep a happy attitude. And they'll be like pleased with how I'm treating them. It's like, this is supposed to be normal. When did we get to the point where how I'm treating someone isn't normal anymore?
Yeah, I know.
Like, how is it that I'm being the highlight of someone's day at work?
That's sad. That's sad. And
It's messed
that's
up.
why you have to change it. That's why there's space to improve. You know what I mean?
I agree.
There's space to improve,
There's
and
space
that's
to change like everything.
and shit. If I can tell that to other people, I will, so I can see a change.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? All right, bro. Thanks for coming in, though.
No problem.
That was some
I
real
appreciate
deep talks. Appreciate
I
it, bro.
agree.
Always. You want to make any announcements?
Honestly, I'm gonna say this here.
Yeah.
I want to do a VR stream with you.
Okay, bet. We'll do it.
We need to organize it because we talked about it so long ago.
Yeah.
We need to organize
We're
it.
gonna do it. We're gonna do 100%.
Okay.
But yeah, if you guys haven't checked out our vlogs, link in the bio. I'm gonna be posting more on my main channel, so check that out. And yeah, jumpers jump out.